What's up, everybody? We got a Winnebago 29 KS. Our issue today is the slide. So when we got this, this did have one piece of 22 gauge steel on this roller. The other two rollers had the wood underneath. They tried to put some plexiglass, or not some plexiglass, some type of like protective layer on there. That broke. We had a little bit of dry rock coming in there. So what we did is we hit it with two more pieces of 22-inch gauge steel. These came from Lowe's. They're like, I think 12 by 24. Had to cut a few inches off of them. We got some screws in there, so some lag screws. I'll go show you those in a second. Now, the problem is we have got this protective flap right here. This weather strip that goes all the way underneath here. So I sat and fumbled with this for a while, trying to figure out what the issue was, why it was still getting caught up. The whole slide started kind of twisting while I was coming in and out. And what's happening is this protective slide is actually getting caught now in here because it's catching on this plate and it's pulling into the rollers. It's pulling into the rollers and kind of jamming them up. So I spent about a couple hours trying to figure that out. Some people were saying to lift the slide. If you put a piece of wood here and you lift it, it gives you enough room to get to those rollers. I did that and it was a bit sketchy. Never done that myself. Well, when I did have that up though, this flap came down enough to where I was like, oh, there's light behind there. Like, where could that be? So the issue was I couldn't get those cut. I couldn't get the piece. There's a doggo. I could not get the that piece of rubber cut to be able to stop it from getting caught inside of that roller. Like, I couldn't get behind it. I tried getting in there with different stuff, and fortunately, that flap is right there. It's underneath the kitchen area. We are, let's see right there, you can kind of see it. Yep, that's where I was cutting on it. I was trying to get that piece is getting sucked up into that roller, and for whatever reason could not get it out. So we are going to come in here, we're going to trim that piece out behind that roller. We're going to do the same thing to that one, but that flap is right there. Now I was down there messing with it, and it does let in some air, so we'll have to figure out something to be able to block that off so that the air just doesn't blow right in there. Maybe need a little hang down piece. Maybe we shove a piece of foam, like a bar, up in there, and then when we go to move the slide in and out, we'll just take that out. But like I said, spent probably 3 days trying to get this all figured out, trying to figure out the issues and where we could actually gain access to that flap, or how we could get access to the flap. So for anybody else that's having this same issue, again, 2018 Winnebago 29 KS slide has given us a little bit of problems, but hopefully this helps somebody.